What's going on, everybody? All right. So today we're gonna talk about the ship. All right. That's right. We're gonna talk about the ship. But first, let me go ahead and get y'all to check out this intro. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, thank y'all for joining me. The one and only Oz. Well, today we're gonna talk about the ship. All right. What ship am I talking about? So we're talking about leadership and followership. You ever notice how both of those words got the word ship on the end of it? So today I want to talk about that ship. What does that ship mean? Now, look, this is my perception of the ship. The reason that word ship is on the end of it. Now, think about an actual ship. When you're on an actual ship, you have a captain and you got people on the ship who do the things. All right, the followers. So let's just say the captain is the leader and the shipmates are the followers. Now, people often look at being a leader or leading and following as being two of the separate things when they're one and the same because you can't have one without the other. And that's what my intention is in this talk is to show the connection between the two and why you can't have one without the other. All right, so back to this ship, right? So we own this ship, right? And I'm gonna try to paint a picture for you, but we own this ship and everybody just cruising along, and then we hit bad waters. We hit some bad waters, and the captain got to do his thing. The shipmates got to do their thing, right? Now, I think we can all agree that there is no leader inside of any organization that is 100% better and smarter than every single individual in their organization. There's no leader that is 100% better, smarter than every single person in the organization, has more knowledge, is more skillful, is a subject matter expert. There isn't a leader that's there. And that's where the beginning of our talk is going to start. It's going to start right there. When you look at leadership and followership, they're one and the same. Like it's a revolving door. It has to keep switching and keep switching because when you're a leader, what do you have to do? You have to take advice from those subject matter experts at each one of those individual levels to make an informed decision. And once you make that informed decision, what do you have to do? You got to sit back and you got to allow them to work because you don't want to alienate them. You don't want to be standing over people's shoulder and micromanaging them and doing all of that stuff. You want to stand back and let them work because if you stand back and let them work, they'll surprise you. All right. So once again, like I said, we own the ship. We hit these bad waters, and now you got the people. Anybody ever watch the show Deadliest Catch? You got the captain up in the wheelhouse, and you got all the deckhands down there on the deck, and they pulling the fish in and everything. Captain's driving the boat, but when they hit them bad waters, the captain has to be able to look out and see everything, and then on top of that, he has to take information that he receives from his deckhands to make an informed decision so that everybody can be okay. But when he was receiving that information, what is he doing? He's following. He's following. That's what I'm saying. Like leadership and followership. You cannot be a good leader if you do not know how to follow. How can you, that captain, if he was sitting up in that wheelhouse, and you got a deckhand down on the deck, and there's a big old hole in the side of the boat, and the deckhand is like, hey, captain, when you slow down, there's a big hole in the side of the boat. We need to patch it. And he's like, oh, yeah, 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 whatever, whatever. We're going to keep going. What's going to happen to that boat? Everybody's going to sink. You got to listen to that advice and you got to listen to those subject matter experts that you have at your disposal to make informed decisions. Leaders have to follow at some point, period. I don't, it's never a point where a leader is going to be like almighty and is in charge of everything. That's not a thing. You cannot lead in every aspect of your life. It's impossible. There's going to be some aspect of your life in which you have to follow. And in order to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower, period. You have to be able to take information from those who have it and apply it properly so that you can make an informed decision. So, my guy, Mr. Maxwell, said some stuff that was groundbreaking once again. He was talking about decision makings and stuff like that. And what he said about decision making and what he was talking about with the whole decision making piece was this. He said, You know when a team wins? A team wins when the best idea is picked. So it doesn't matter whose idea it is. If it's the best idea, that's the idea we go with. It doesn't matter if the person with the appointed authority didn't come up with the idea and this other person over here did. What matters is that the team wins when the best idea is selected, and that is the plan of action that we go with. Period. Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how much experience this other person has or whatever. Like I can have all the experience in the world, and then this person come over here with a new, fresh set of eyes, looking at the situation and see it in a way that I haven't seen it because I have my preconceived notions with the experience that I have. All right. Now I'm not saying that this is always going to be the case, but what I'm saying is that as a leader, you have to keep an open mind. There are so many great ideas out there. Like I say all the time, we have young people that got so much education right now. They're so much smarter than what we used to be when we were coming up, that you'd be a fool not to listen to what they got to say. All right. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about that ship. All right. And leadership and fellowship. Leadership and fellowship is one and the same. Like if you were to take the two words and wrap a rope around them, there it is, boom. Because it's like a revolving door. They switch. When you're leading, you have to continue to follow. You have to continue to seek out that advice. You have to continue to consult those subject matter experts and take their advice into consideration when you're doing things. All right. Not only are you taking their advice into consideration of doing things, this is how you build leaders. You build leaders the same way. Like you give them that vote of confidence when they have a plan, regardless of if it's a 30% plan, 40% plan. You take that plan, you help them refine it. You go back and say, hey, think about this. They go off, they think about it, they refine it, they come back. Then when they get like, 60, 70%, we move forward. If we have time to refine it further, then we'll refine it further. But this is how you build leaders. You build their confidence through them doing that planning process, using their plans that they have. You don't always have to have the best plan. Everybody knows you have good plans. You're the leader. That's why you're the leader, because you know what you're doing. Now take that piece about you know what you're doing and pass that on to the people that come behind you. Like I said before, from a guy, Mr. Maxwell, you got two types of leaders. Are you leading because you want to feel needed? Or are you leading because you want to develop people to take your place? All right. Okay, once again, everybody, thank you for joining me here. I just want to talk about the ship and leadership and fellowship this morning. And that's all I got. All right. Hey, we'll be talking to you soon. And as I say in all my videos, life is a choice. We're depending on you to choose well. And we will be talking to you soon.